So these are some of the tools you're going to need to change your spark plugs on the 1.6 liter Fusion. One thing I learned is your regular 5/8 spark plug socket is not going to fit right down in that well. You can kind of see where that one, it hits the side of the wall, and it's just, you're going to need a special 5/8 socket, and this works great. This is the one I got here. It's like $12. This worked great for getting in at the angle, and you're going to need a couple extensions to get down at the spark plugs. You need an 8mm 1/4 inch to get the coils off. 9mm, I believe, was the bolt to pull the battery forward so you can disconnect the battery, and then a 10mm to disconnect the negative cable. You're going to want to put some anti-seize on the threads of the new plugs. You're going to need some dielectric grease for the end of the coil boot, and also those are the plugs that I replaced. So 85,000 miles, the cars are around 5 years old, and really wasn't too bad of a job once you have this spark plug socket is key. Alright, we're going to change the plugs on this at 85,000 miles. First thing to do, disconnect the battery, and we're going to pull up on this and pull this cover off here. Alright, plugs are under these coil packs. What you're going to do is pull that out, and you're going to push down, pull back. We're going to take these coils off. They're pretty easily accessible on the Fusion here. We're going to take these out. So these are a 9mm socket, and by the way, when you disconnect the battery, what I did is there's a little bracket there, pulled that bracket and then just slid the battery forward so you can get at that bolt. There's a 8mm that goes to the bracket that holds. Okay, so you're gonna need a 5/8. Try to get in focus here. Sorry about that. You need a 5/8 spark plug socket, and it really is tight to get down in there. On the Fusion, I did not need a flexible extension. I went straight down. You can see that in that spark plug well, it's rubbing against the side. This is at 85,000. This is the first plug I pulled out. You can kind of see the color of it there. But it felt pretty tight coming out the whole way. Just take your time when you pull it out. So that was spark plug 1, closest to the passenger side. So we're going to put a new one in here. We're going to use some anti-seize on the threads. And hopefully whoever has to change them next can get at it. Hopefully that gives you an idea kind of what it looks like at 85,000 miles. Here's spark plug number 2. Alright, so we got 2 plugs out, and we're going to do the next 2, but I wanted to show you a little. So we got these 2 plugs out, and what I like to do is, with the old plugs, I like to mark what cylinder they're coming from, just in case I gotta look back at them if there's an issue down the road. I can take a look at which plugs came out of what cylinder and if there's any difference there. It's helped me in the past troubleshoot like fuel injector problems and things like that, so I like to just mark what plug came from what cylinder. Another thing that I learned on this is you don't want to use a standard 5/8 spark plug socket. I tried using this on the first cylinder. You can get it down in there, and I was able to change it, but you really don't have a good feel because of the way the well is. Where the spark plug is, the sides of this socket are going to hit that well. It's hard to loosen it, hard to tighten it. So I'll show you which socket works really well to get these in and out. So we got the first 2 changed here. We'll move on to this third one here. You need an 8mm socket to loosen the coil up. Alright, looks nice and dry, which is a good sign. I'm just going to blow some air in there, clean out that air. And then this is the type of socket you want to use. It's a 5/8 gear wrench, and it seems to fit real. You have to get really deep down in there. Let's see if we can get some light. See, that plug's way down in there, and then there's a well around it. So that socket works really well. Gonna have to fish it to the left side. Spark plug number 3, 85,000 miles. Definitely this spark plug socket is needed. On the first try, I tried all my 5/8s with different U-joints and they just were not working. So on the new plug, what you want to do is check the gap, and then what you're going to do is apply some nickel anti-seize to the threads. That's about all you need to do. So at the end of the coil, you want to put some dielectric grease to seal it around the plug. So this is cylinder number 4. They all look pretty similar. Just to give you an idea, at 85,000 miles, what the plugs look like. So here's a new plug, got the anti-seize on it. Like I said, this Sparkplug socket is a must, otherwise you're not going to feel that far down in there. And then again, another extension on there. You will not, just trust me, it's a lot easier with this socket than just a standard 5/8. The swivel head will get it in the right spot.